hatuhitaji mvua, tunahitaji maji. So sometimes we confuse rain and water. There is a difference between rain and water.
Barabara za kuelekea Singapore viongozi wanakula. 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 Tulifikiri tutapanda tuko machafuko. Tulifikiri tutapanda tuko machafuko.
Cheki. Kwani nami naishi kwa hali gani? Tumara ni kanisani na mara sipatikani, nataka nibaki ndani ya neema nimewi.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much guys for your greatest support. Now fellow Kenyans, mlisema ya kwamba Nairobi lazima iwake, lazima itawake na Sakaja, and indeed it's working because magari zimesombwa, manyumba yamesombwa, a lot of issues have happened. Kuna watu ambao wamekufa. Now, when you say that Sakaja is the best governor, what are you thinking? Let me just ask, because I've seen a lot of people, I've been seeing a lot of people criticizing Edwin Sifuna, that Sifuna is not doing his job, like he's not doing the oversight. But when you try to look at one of those senators who have been grilling these governors, any moment they go for in that committee is Sifuna.
I can see Bramwell is trying to be clever. Bramwell, is there an officer called Anastasia Sumbua in your department?
Yes, she's a...
What is her position?
She's a principal fire officer.
What is her qualification?
She's in theology.
Correct.
And
let's move to the next one. Just a minute.
Because disaster management...
Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute.
Yes.
Is there somebody called Juliana Nzuki?
Correct.
What is her position?
I think she's also a principal, if I'm not wrong.
Yes. What is her qualification?
She has... I was just looking at it a minute ago.
So that it is not governor,
yeah.
It seems that we just perpetuate fake news on the media.
Yeah.
And it is intended to help you reallocate these resources in a manner that will be most efficient for the people of Nairobi. Juliana Nzuki has a degree in theology as well.
Can you confirm that, Bramwell?
I'll go through the list.
Bramwell, can you confirm that?
I can confirm that, Chair.
Good. Okay, let's go to Brian Kariuki, the Chief Fire Officer.
He's not Chief Fire Officer.
What is
there is no gentleman called Brian Kariuki.
He is, but he's not the Chief Fire Officer.
What is his position?
He's probably just part of the fire team.
What is his qualification?
I would have to check.
He is a library, is a degree in library studies. You will check with me. Yes. Lastly, Chair, Disaster Management Officer, Belinda Anyango. Is she there?
Yes, she is.
What is her position?
I wouldn't, but I would agree with whatever she...
No, Bramwell, you are not going to...
But, Chair, I need to clarify.
Bramwell, order. Yes. We will put you on oath.
Yes.
If you proceed that way. Senator Sifuna?
Yes. Bramwell, Belinda has a degree in tours and travel.
Okay.
Yes, there is a mismatch of skills in your department. And when we bring them up, it's not that because we have anything against you or against these officers. They could be more useful in other departments.
Chair, this Omondi, who has made an error of 0.00645% needs a medal. If the error is 300k out of 4.6 billion, and it's an error not even attributable to us, I don't think we should.
Point of order, Chair. I think Governor let us not go down that line.
No, I mean,
you will agree with me.
Just a minute.
You will agree with me that you have to account for every coin.
Of course.
Yeah, so don't try to trivialize the figure.
We're not trivializing. We've told you the response we've given.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
When the Auditor General has raised a query, just do the reconciliation. If you attach a letter to an entity and you don't attach the reconciliation, the query has not been resolved.
So if they don't respond, what do you want?
Just a minute. We will ask about every single coin, because that's not personal money. This is public money, and it is the auditor that has flagged it. If we are unable to get a reconciliation, we just say we are unable to get a reconciliation. But let's not try to trivialize the amounts, because all this money is public money.
Chair, we're not trivializing any amount.
Now, we can't blame Sifuna because Sifuna does not employ county workers. We can't keep on blaming Sifuna. Oh, Mara Sifuna is a senator. Senator kazi yake ni ku oversight. He doesn't sit down with governor and be governor now you should employ who you employ. No, that is not his work. That is not his job. So ni kwa nini kila wakati tunamlaumu Edwin Sifuna? The whole of yesterday night, I'm a witness. Actually, what I witnessed yesterday is a witness. What I witnessed yesterday, I've never witnessed. Magari, watu, manyumba, up to now. Tell me, how many people have lost their properties? A friend of mine called me akaniambia, Boni, Aki, I'm really stranded. Kamuliza, what's going on? Ati, imagine. Imagine nilikuwa napika. Kidogo nikasikia maji imeenda na kila kitu mpaka chakula. Alafu ananiambia what is funny is that the guy was the person alikuwa anapika nyama. Hiyo kitu imemuuma sana. So in other words, I'm trying to say the story is not about hiyo nyama ama about what. It's about venye vitu vya watu vimesombwa. Mpaka saa hii kuna wale watu ambao hawajui watalala wapi, like hata hawajui wataanzia wapi. Kuna mtu ambaye gari yake imeenda na maji. Pengine gari ilikuwa ya loan. How are you going to survive? How are you going to pay that loan? Simply because we have a governor who is working, and then he's telling us that lazima ita work. Let me ask you this question before we talk deep about this. Kwa wale ambao wametembea Nairobi town, for those who walked around Nairobi town iko na cabros. Imetengenezwa vizuri, cabros everywhere, street lights everywhere. Ukiingia, if you're from Geshagi, from up country na uingie Nairobi, utashangaa sana. Utaona Nairobi ni kuzuri. But now, let me ask this question. Can cabros work as drainage? You know, there is no need of putting cabros, but you didn't think clearly to put drainage within Nairobi town. That is why you're seeing all these things happening, because hakuna drainage in Nairobi. Imagine the whole city. The whole city, there is no drainage. Okay, how do you say that? If the whole city has got totally no drainage, alafu unatuambia ya kwamba ita work. How is it going to work? Jalamo is telling us that Sakaja is doing a very good job. He is doing a very good job by making people suffer. Is that what is called good job? No, let us be realistic. Is that what is called good job? Is that what we can just stamp and say that our governor is working? Sio uchafu kila mahali. Sio maji. Na kwake, by the way, according to wao najua they're very much comfortable penye wanaishi, kuna drainage, everything is sorted out. But what about those other people? What about mwananchi wa kawaida? Alafu imagine yesterday was Friday, and Fridays are normally days that people normally go to town with their vehicles who wanafanyia gari zao services. Friday inakuwa siku ya kufanyia gari service. Imagine please, you can tell me at the comment section where you are. How was the experience?
Tap guys, follow, like and share the live. Follow and share the live. Wait, ruka hapa ndani. Wait, mzee hapa. Waza. Wait.
Mimi sioni kichwa yake. Ngapi? Oh, nimeiona. Ndio kichwa yake. Ni nani? Paulo. Ati Paulo? Acha mchezo. Wacheni kwanza. Guy. Imaji imekuwa mbaya. Guy. Hapa chini. Ndio huyu hapa huyu mzee, ndio huyu hapa. Ndio damu yake inatoka hapa ndio. Ndio huyu. Ndio huyu. Ndio huyu amedidia hapa.
No, just tell me how the experience was at the comment section. Just tell me that Boni, penye nilikuwa jana, kulikuwa na this and this. I've been called by several people, by the way. Boni, tusaidieni, mtatusaidiaje? I'm like, how are you going to really help, surely? Okay, let's say for example, unataka kusaidia. Kama nganya, for those who know, kama nganya yenyewe ndio inavutwa na maji na venye nganya inakuwaga kubwa. How do you say that? How do you explain? Let's just say, how do you explain that? Because according to me, I really feel like the problem is Sakaja, not even the rain. And you know what is funny is that there was a time that William Ruto told us that we don't need rain. Ruto alituambia siku moja kwamba hatuhitaji mvua, kile ambacho tunahitaji ni maji.
Hatuhitaji mvua, tunahitaji maji. So sometimes we confuse rain and water. There is a difference between rain and water. We need water for irrigation. Lakini sisi tumekwama kwa rain. So what I am proposing now is we have enough water in Kenya, but we don't have enough rain. Right? It rains in a few places. But hiyo maji ikinyesha na tutege hiyo maji na tustore hiyo maji inatosha kuzalisha chakula ya Kenya. Ndio dawa yake ni kuhakikisha kwamba we harvest the water. That is why we need between 50 and 70 mega dams in Kenya. And already imetangazwa miaka yote. Hii Uma imekuwa, Tuake imekuwa, High Grand Falls, sijui gani, kule Western, Nyanza.
So tell me, how will we get water if it doesn't rain? And these are the kind of leaders we have. And tunatarajia kwenda Singapore. I've had Nelson Harvey. I don't know why these guys keep on supporting this guy. I really don't know. Harvey is saying that let us be fair to Johnson Sakaja. What did you want him to do? Stop the rain? We didn't want him to stop the rain. What we wanted from Sakaja, what we expected from Sakaja, is that Sakaja was supposed to find a way of putting proper drainage in Nairobi. The problem with Sakaja is, the problem that we have with Sakaja is drainage. Angeka drainage, akungekuwa na issue. Okay, wenye wako Kisumu, let me just ask, those who are in Kisumu, those who are in Mombasa, Nakuru, please, can you tell me, kulinyesha jana, right? Na kama kulinyesha jana, kuna drainage, kuna maji ambayo imejikusanya mahali pale ambapo mtu anaweza swim akipita. Kuna magari ambazo zimesombwa. No, let us be realistic, because I know that sio Nairobi peke yake ndio kulinyesha. Na hata kama kulinyesha kila mahali, hata kama kulinyesha Nairobi peke yake, but there's some of the things that can be prevented. The best way of preventing these things is very simple. Put on drainage. Alafu we sasa, badala kuweka drainage, unakuja na tuambia ya kwamba floods jambo dogo kwangu. And then this is what he's saying, lazima liishe. Okay, flood ni jambo dogo kwake, lazima liishe. And then he goes ahead and says that serikali inawataka wananchi kuwa makini na kuzingatia usalama. We have fully mobilized all available resources and personnel to manage the situation floods, urging residents to remain vigilant, prioritize their safety, and utilize the emergency hotlines provided. Let me ask a question. How do you talk about the citizens or the residents remaining vigilant and prioritize the emergency lines, yet mtu mwenye mweka kwa firefighter ni mtu wa tourism, alisomea tourism? You know mtu ambaye umeweka kwa flood management amesomea theology. Seriously, theology. Of all the things, like literally, of all the things you want to tell you want to tell me that that theology. Sasa wanasoma Biblia. No, wanaenda kuna read Biblia, si ndio? Let's just say the truth, and then we are blaming Sifuna for no good reason. Sakaja mwenyewe unasikia kitu anatuambia, we should remain vigilant. Hata kama magari zetu zinaenda, we should remain steadfast. Yani ni kama anajaribu kutuambia msitishwe na mtu yote, msitishwe na chochote. Niko pamoja na nyinyi. Okay. Wewe endelea kuwa pamoja na sisi. Si wenyewe tunaumia, endelea kuwa pamoja na sisi. People are suffering. People are literally suffering. People are crying every day and night. Vitu zinaharibika. Tuko na governor. Governor is doing a very good job. You know, you see that issue that the MCAs wanted to impeach Sakaja. How I wish they could have just proceeded with the impeachment of Sakaja, because hizi vitu zote zingezuiliwa. I told you guys that Nairobi needs someone who is sober. Nairobi doesn't need dimples. Nairobi doesn't need someone who is a who works on TikTok, who is a TikToker, who is a joker. Nairobi needs someone who is very serious, who really understands, because remember, Nairobi is the capital city of Kenya, and therefore, if the capital city of a country is destroyed, then it means that the whole country is destroyed. Kwa sababu when visitors comes to the country, the first place that they have to look at or they have to see is the capital city. So when they look at the capital city, na wameona kwamba capital city yenyewe ni mbaya hivi, which picture are they picking, ama ina portray picha gani kwa the whole country? Let us just be realistic, tujaribu tu kwa sekunde ama kwa madakika tu tukue tu watu wazima na tuzungumze. Wajua atashinda we can't keep on defending the undefendable. Sasa yeye anatuambia saa hii ya kwamba Nairobi is working. Anatuambia saa hii ya kwamba we should be very much vigilant. Anatuambia be vigilant. Nyumba yako imesombwa, be vigilant. Gari yako imeenda, be vigilant. Call that number. Fellow Kenyans, I really don't know. I would like to know what you think at the comment section, because you know sometimes things happen that I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, let me just know what you think at the comment section, because kwangu mimi nimeshindwa. Mimi kabisa nimeshindwa.
Test I think what you wanted to do is a sample of testing the annexes. If you open Annex 6, you will see the breakdown of the journal entries correcting casting errors, and those errors happen. It was done in February.
Include another receivables, which was similar, 1 million, 1.4, which was similar to the one on variances in trade and other payables. Still on difference between entities, what the other entities are reporting and what the company is reporting on Githunguri water and Kiambu water. So those are water and Kiambu water. So those were the two issues. And sorry, Chair, for that.
So maybe you need to explain to the committee how are these issues going to be finally resolved? Is it in the next audit process, or how are they going to be resolved?
Thank you, Chair. First, I want to confirm that from the responses we have received the correspondences between the company and those entities. However, the reconciling the two balances is not there. It has not been worked on. Chair, I think the reconciliation should be an ongoing thing, because like now the water supply to Dongoli and Kiambu water will still continue being supplied. So reconciliation should always be done at the end of every year if there are variances between the different entities.
It just pointing to the weakness of maybe the staff who are involved. And we are normally keen to know the competence of these staff so that we can know whether they were deliberate errors. So I'd want to know who is the accounting, the accounting person who signed these reports.
I think that auditor can tell from the financial statement. Auditor, which accountant signed the financial statements?
I think, Chair, the accountant is CPA Power or Omondi.
ISPAC number?
ISPAC number that is 647.
3647. You can verify that in the portal. Clerk.
Is he here in the first place? Omondi.
Yes. Oh, Omondi, you are the director of finance.
Chair, this Omondi.
This Omondi is
Omondi who has made an error of 0.00645% needs a medal. If the error is 300k out of 4.6 billion, and it's an error not even attributable to us, I don't think we should.
Point of order, Chair. I think Governor let us not go down that line.
No, I mean,
you will agree with me.
Just a minute.
You will agree with me that you have to account for every coin. Of course. Yeah, so don't try to trivialize the figure.
We're not trivializing. We've told you the response we've given.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
When the Auditor General has raised a query, just do the reconciliation. If you attach a letter to an entity and you don't attach the reconciliation, the query has not been resolved.
So if they don't respond, what do you want?
Just a minute. We will ask about every single coin, because that's not personal money. This is public money, and it is the auditor that has flagged it. If we are unable to get a reconciliation, we just say we are unable to get a reconciliation. But let's not try to trivialize the amounts, because all this money is public money.
Chair, we're not trivializing any amount. We're looking at the magnitude of the issue, and we have given our part of what we have done and who we have written to. I think the follow-up question should be to Kiambu and Githunguri. But if you have another style of how we can do the reconciliation, we would love your guidance.
My only concern on these errors, is that the accountant had a chance at the exit meeting to have corrected this. So maybe he can tell us why he didn't provide the corrections or reconciliation at the point of exit, because this should not have ended up becoming a query.
Yeah, but Chair, and as I let him do it, reconciliation is two parties. We say this is our position, and we write to you and say, come and let's sort it out. It should be done at that point. But if they don't respond, Chair, what do we do? Give him a mic.
Let's hear from Mr. Monde.
Thank you, Chairman. Through the Governor, we had engaged all these institutions prior to the exit meeting. As Governor has actually put, both institutions need to be there or need to be available for the reconciliation to take place. We wrote to, as you've seen, Machakos, we've wrote to the Office of the Auditor General, because it is one of the institutions listed there as a reconciliation. We've engaged KRA. KRA wrote back and said they will come back and do an inspection, which is what happened, which is ongoing, the inspection for KRA. Githunguri and Kiambu are yet to respond. Because in this case for Githunguri and Kiambu, we are the billing entity. We build, we read your meter, we build, this is it. If you have different figures on your side, because ideally it is a bill we give you that you recognize in your books. If you have different figures, where did you get them from? And we provided those statements to Kiambu. On the casting error that has been mentioned, that happened, that was the bank charges, I remember, for April 2025, the 336. While we were moving it to Oracle Financials, then it was posted in the wrong account. But it is not money lost. It was posted in the wrong account. And that was corrected. Now, the casting error was raised at the point of draft certificate. If you check the management letter, the audit queries initially issued, there was no casting error. It came at the point of draft certificate, and we were not able to close it by the time, because you need to close it and have the board meeting to have the account signed again. So what we did is correct the error, and the error is very verifiable when the auditors come back. They can verify that the journal entries have been passed.
These and the variances in appearing in the audit report. And that's why we are very particular on which accountant signed the financial statement, because we want to promote the culture that should not appear. Such basic things should not appear, especially where the accountant is a highly qualified accountant like yourself. So I know this is a matter that if you sit down with the auditors and you provide the reconciliation as required, it should be able to be sorted out. So auditor, I think we'll task you to keep an eye on these issues and give us a report in the next audit report. But
Chair, I need your assistance. We've shown that the 300 was a posting error of bank charges, but the issue of reconciliation, so that it doesn't become a recurrent issue, while we've done our part, can the committee help us to bring Machakos and Kiambu, and the senator for Machakos is here, to give us our money and agree that they should pay us, so that it doesn't recur, or the essence of this meeting, Chair, is to strengthen systems in counties and to help us be better. If we've not done the reconciliation properly, because we've done our part, you can guide us on how better to do it. Yeah, we've asked them to come. If they don't come, you have the power to summon them to sort out that issue. And I don't know how else we can do it, and you can guide us on how else to do it. Chair, we will stand guided.
I think we'll take note of that, clerk. Take note of that. The Kiambu is yet to appear before us. Kiambu County on matters of water. So we'll take note of that and raise it with the Kiambu. And Machakos also. Has Machakos appeared before us? Yeah. So I think we take note of that. But largely, as much as the committee can try and raise a matter when they appear before us, it still remains your responsibility to follow up.
And also to ensure we have written to them.
Yes.
Call them. When they don't do their part, what do we?
Chair.
Senator Machakos.
The governor is raising an issue here, which actually, if you are unable to call Machakos here and Kiambu, you have a senator.
Yes.
Let him bring it to the house, and then we summon them through this committee. Because right now we can do nothing. You have not raised it to the committee officially.
Okay.
Now answer the questions that pertains to you now.
That's a good.
If you want count of Machakos, count of Kiambu, go through your senator. Let it be raised to the committee officially.
And I have a very able senator.
Thank you.
Chair, idea, there's a reason I'm laughing. If an ordinary person in Nairobi, if Nairobi Water had an issue with my account, Sifuna, they would not come here to ask for the Senate's help. They know what to do. They know what to do. This is what we call backpassing, Governor. These institutions, you have a way of bringing them to bear. I remember your dispute with Kenya Power. You didn't come to us to ask us for help. Sorry, you took certain measures that we are not very proud of as a leadership of Nairobi. No. But today you are appearing helpless, throwing yourself at the mercy of the Senate. I am sure, Governor, this matters because the queries are on your side. We need to resolve them and move. But I am sure you have ways and means.
For the senator for Nairobi sitting next to the senator of Machakos. Yeah. Please help me.
What we will do?
Because I don't want to cut off water to Machakos, and I don't want to cut water from to Kiambu.
So you know exactly how to bring these people to the table
For reconciliation.
That's the point that I was making.
When you do that, it's not the water company there that suffers, it's the people.
Yeah, you asked a question, Governor. If they don't respond, what are you supposed to do? You have the tools, but you are saying we will what we will do.
We try all diplomatic methods and PFM methods.
Please,
if those don't work,
please.
then we try Nairobi methods.
Just try the Kenya Power way. You will be able to.
Senator Topiko, please put yourself on the record.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Paris Tobiko from Kajiado County and I'm a member of this committee. Thank you.
Mark, and then we close.
Yeah, Chair, maybe on this one, just to comment that if the county perhaps or the company took keen interest on the Section 31 of the certification process and responded to these issues during the exit and the ML, these issues would have been resolved then. For example, Chair, the letter requesting is dated February 16th. The audit concluded in December 18th. So, Chair, if that had been done then, maybe this would have been addressed at that time. So maybe it's a question of maybe taking action when the certificate has already been issued. Thank you, Chair.
Very well. I think we will leave it to your auditors to keep an eye on this issue and have it fully resolved. So you can proceed to the next issue.
Thank you, Chair. The next issue is on unsupported balances. Paragraph 2.2 on bulk water supplies.
Paragraph
2.2. Bulk water purchases of Kenya shillings 951 million 869,402 supplied by the Water Works Development Agency from Karimeno 2 and Northern Collector Tunnel. However, a review of documents provided for audit revealed that there were no binding contracts between the agency and the Nairobi City Water and Sewerage Company Limited, and therefore the quality and quantity of water to be supplied could not be determined. Further, records provided for audit review revealed credit adjustments amounting to Kenya shillings 43,529,770 that were not supported with approved journal entries, vouchers, and credit memos. In the circumstances, the accuracy and completeness of the bulk water purchases of Kenya shilling 951,869,402 could not be confirmed.
Governor, your response.
Chair, this response, let me read what I responded first. Although the execution of bulk water supply is underway and the agreements that follow, the company is able to determine the quality and quantity of water supplied to Nairobi through the meter, which is read jointly by the company and Athi Water Works Development Agency. Further, the quality is tested and monitored at Igiri Station. We test it every 30 minutes to ensure compliance with quality standards, where we look at the composition of the water, the fluoride, whatnot. The adjustments arose from a difference in pricing structure. Chair, this is an ongoing issue that we have with Athi Water Works. Because, Chair, I don't know if I should give the context now. Do I go on?
Proceed. I think it's important.
Yeah. Chair, it's important for the members and Nairobians to know, and Kenyans, Nairobi has no water source in Nairobi. Yeah? All our sources are from outside Nairobi. And I'm glad one of my sources is here, and Aro. All these were developed. Kikuyu gives us 6,000 cubic meters. They developed in 1907 to 1910. Ruiru Dam gives us also water, developed in 1928. Sasumwa in Nyandarua gives us 60 million liters per day, developed in 1958, thereabout. Then the biggest 84% previously was Ndakaine, developed from 94 to 97. That gives us 84% of our water in Muranga. These ones were developed by Nairobi City Council, if you call it that. When they were developed, and I'd love the auditors to hear me clearly, the water coming is it's a system that includes dams, includes the piping, includes the treatment plant, and then the final connection to the people. Yeah. Now, the latest, because all of this gives us 525.6 million liters a day, yet Nairobi needs 970 million liters a day, with a demand growing at 4% every year. Yeah. So we pushed for the development of more water sources. Northern Collector that's mentioned here in Karimenu are some of those two that we're able to conclude, which add us another 140 million liters a day. And Karimenu is now at 25 to 30. Yeah. Now we are telling Adi Water, because they have developed that they cannot charge us 100% because in the whole value chain, they're also using our infrastructure. Chairman, if you and I go right now for lunch at Kenchik and you want chicken, it is 300 bob. But me, I've come with my own chicken for them just to fry. We will not charge us the same. So we're saying that the value of our infrastructure in that water, because Northern Collector uses Ruiruda, it uses, Nakaine, at least what they have is a treatment at Kigoro, but still part of our infrastructure that we paid for is used in that process to give us our water. You cannot charge us the same tariff as if we didn't use anything. We have used our own, you understand? We have used our own infrastructure to be part of that system. So that is why there is no contract yet, because I don't agree that you charge us 100%, yet you're using our own infrastructure to bring water to us. And remember, Northern Collect